You keep the window tilted to get fresh air during the night. You are sleeping. Now it gets around 4 a.m. in the morning. The birds wake up in front of your window. The traffic starts. You want to sleep, but now you need to get up to close the window. It will take time to fall to sleep again. It would be helpful if something closes the window for you. There are solutions on the market, but you rented the flat and you were not allowed to change something on the window. Well, what's about using a modified electric tailgate strut? I did a first test with an experimental installation and I think this may be a solution. The motor is powered from 2.4 volt. The battery pack is connected manually at the moment. Later there should be limit switches and a timer switch. If you hold the electric tailgate strut in your hands, you will see two tubes that slide into each other when force is applied. On one end are cables coming out. I will call this the lower end. The other end is called head. If we want to modify it, we should understand how the device is working. Inside the lower sleeve, a motor with a gearbox will find its place. The motor is equipped with a Hall encoder. With the help of the encoder, the control unit inside the car can move both springs synchronously. Motor with encoder and gearbox are mounted to one unit and will slide into the lower sleeve. The gearbox has a star-shaped end that fits into a cavity in the bearing shield with a red rubber cap in between. The bearing shield itself is ultrasound welded into the lower sleeve. Same for the end cap. The bearing shield is positioned behind a support for the spring so that the ball bearing can't move forth and back. This support is part of the lower sleeve. A screw spindle made from metal goes from the gearbox through the ball bearing into the upper sleeve, where an aluminum rod with a spindle knot at one end is screwed onto it. It can't be unscrewed completely. The upper sleeve has a support for the spring at one end too. To hold the device together, a head cap is glued onto the aluminum tube. Now the spring is preloaded between the two supports. Head cap and upper sleeve are not connected together, they only fit onto each other. If you want to unmount the spring, you can slide back the upper sleeve some centimeters into the lower sleeve and cut the aluminum tube. When releasing the force, the upper sleeve and the spring can be taken off. You don't need a new tailgate strut if you want to modify one. If they are replaced, often only the encoder wires are literally broken where they are fed into the end cap. If the end cap is rotatable, moisture ingress may also be the cause of the fault. In this case, a repair is more complex.